Going on, guys? It's Jay from Dirty Boy Tools, here to go over with you guys an alternative for the Knipex twin grip pliers. So Knipex twin grip pliers are currently $32 on Amazon. Most people would argue that is worth the price. They are great quality pliers. 200 millimeters, 8 inches, 5 different settings on the button, so you can change it out to whatever size you need to grip it on. They have the option to do screw removal, so the tips have, this little machining to allow it to grip onto heads of screws. Allows it to grip onto pipes lengthwise, rods lengthwise, and you can manipulate them as such. Overall, good quality pair of pliers. Also box style joint, so it's not going to slip out of it this way. It's going to stay secure. Many people do like these pliers. I like them too. They're not bad. There are downsides to them though. Main downside for me personally is the push button mechanism. Great mechanism, works very well. It just takes up too much time out of the job. I don't like that. Alright, when I'm thinking of these types of pliers, I'm thinking these are slip joint pliers. I want them to slip out of the joint, go into the bigger size, go into the smaller size quickly and efficiently, so I can be less frustrated, so I can dedicate more focus and more time onto the job at hand. If I have to fiddle around with a button, I'm not going to have that same type of energy at the job, and it'll just affect my performance on how I do the job. That's just me personally. So I checked these out. These are an alternative. These are from a company called Lobster in Japan, TG200NA. These are a little over $16 at the time of me making this video, as opposed to the $32 here. So these are about half the price. They have, in my opinion, more capability than the twin grips. Allow me to explain. So these are 8-inch pliers, just like the twin grips. Slip joint, it gives it 2 options in terms of movement, as opposed to 5 options here. But when it comes to slip joints, you don't just have those 2 joints as options. You have every range in between these two, opening and closing. You have all that range to use, so you have options. You won't have the exact precision and the alignment with this, but if I'm pulling out slip joint pliers, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for speed. I'm looking to get things done with this type of setup. But opens up wide to this size. Also, when it opens up to that size, the handles are a lot thinner. So if you stick this in a tool pouch, this will be low profile, while this will be wide in there. This won't take up a lot if it's sticking up out of the pouch, which I've actually stored some slip joint pliers like that. If you store the Knipex like that, the handles are a little wider, so you're not going to have good storage when it comes to tool pouch storage. Some other features on this. So Knipex has that square style setup on the plier heads. This does not. This is more of that spiky grip that'll, it'll grip onto anything, but it might start to strip and ruin and mar things. That's a downside. Knipex has that water pump style jaw, which I do prefer, but hey, that's okay. Another thing about these pliers, you see this edge right here, it's rounded a little bit. This is reminiscent to me anyway of Swedish pipe pliers. A lot of times those pliers have that rounded edge, so it grabs onto the pipe and the other jaw comes in on it and it holds securely to that pipe. I believe that is the purpose of this, so you can grab onto bolt heads, screw heads, things like that, and turn it and manipulate it that way if you just want to use the tips instead of the whole jaw itself. Other thing about this pliers, and probably the main reason I'm using this to replace my Knipex, is it does have a screw removal function. It's hard to see on here because this is blacked out, but you can see the lines going this way, right? That shows you that it has screw removal patterns. It is a smaller surface area for screw removal than the Knipex twin grips. That's okay. Smaller is not necessarily a bad thing, because a lot of times you're using this for smaller screws. A lot of times we have precision screws, precision bolts, and then people use the wrong bit on it and they tighten it and they ruin it. So you need to get it out and you can't use a bit, so you use some pliers. These I think can work pretty well for me. So looking forward to trying out the screw extractor portion. I'm looking forward to trying out this little screw bolt rod grabber portion. Not so much looking forward to trying out the jaws, but I think they will be effective when I do need to pull these out. And the thing I'm looking forward to the most with using these pliers is the speed of slipping the joint and changing sizes when I need to change sizes, when I need to grab on to different parts. So I'm excited to use these out. I'm adding this as part of my tool pack and taking this out of my tool pack for the time being, and hopefully things go well. Once again, these are the Lobster TG200NA from Japan. Pretty reputable company when it comes to wrenches and such. I actually need to try out one of their wrenches, so hopefully their pliers will follow suit, and I think they will. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you guys have used a tool like this, or let me know what slip joint pliers you guys prefer. I'd love to hear about it.